Okay, if you are a physical therapist, chiropractor, body worker of any kind, physician, anyone who's doing any kind of training, physical training, ideally you are creating core symmetry. So I'm presenting you with our Right Balance Core Challenge. And when we talk about symmetry, whether you are walking, riding a bicycle, running, whether you're an elite athlete or a senior citizen trying to get their walk in through the day, you should have the ability to take a step forward and not have any rotation of the pelvis. When I do this, I've eliminated drag. So whether I'm walking forward with a left, if I'm doing lunges in the gym, I'm taking obviously a very big step here. And if I'm standing, I want my hips to be absolutely square. And if I add knee flex, I should be still square. So we have multiple planes of motion. For the elite, the experts, you have the sagittal plane, the coronal frontal plane, transverse plane, parasagittal planes. All of those are what we're talking about. If you're a student or being trained, we're talking about the horizontal plane of the body, horizontal plane and vertical plane. So the horizontal plane, and all of these planes work together, and I just showed you most of them. This is the horizontal plane from the back of the core, okay? And the core now is defined everything but the limbs, and from what we're seeing in some of our research with grip sizing and other things, it's tough to tease anything out of the core. So here I am. If I add knee flex, you'll see I stay square. Knee flex, that's the horizontal plane on the front of the core. Now, Carl Sagan, astronomer, astrophysicist, astrobiologist, made an interesting comment. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and we have extraordinary evidence based upon our training. I have trained worldwide in an audience 100 at a time, 100 professionals, physicians, physical therapists. We take them through this process I'm about to show you, and they all have the same results. Now, the results of these exercises last 12 to 24 hours. So you just saw where I'm absolutely square in every plane of motion. Step back, step forward. So if you're attending therapy or training, you should be square when you finish. Otherwise, you have drag. If you're walking, let me disrupt my core, and I'll show you, and then I'll show you what the process is to reset it. These have to be touching, and all I have to do is go forward, take a deep breath, bring this bar, pinch my shoulder blades together, take a deep breath, and now, when I put this bar back on, so what this is going to illustrate is how routine activities, you probably already present, and you'll notice how rotated my hips are. Now, I've created drag. If I'm riding a bike, I'm going to create fatigue. I'm going to put unnecessary stress on the spine and the muscular system supporting my spine. If I take that step back now, you'll see the rotation. If I stand on one line here and look straight ahead, I have rotation. If I add knee flex, I still have rotation. Now let me show you what we do to get balance. Now, in my core, I have 9 regions that are measured 9 horizontally from pelvic floor. And we've mapped the core, can tell you exactly what's going to recruit the pelvic floor, what's going to recruit the neck, the middle, etc. We have 9 front, 9 back, 9 vertical on the front, 9 vertical on the left, 9 vertical on the back right, and 9 vertical on the back left. So those are all of our core regions. These 9 stance width. This is a Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci basically demonstrates the symmetry of nature. We've mapped and discovered the Fibonacci sequence for the body. So let me show you now how we use these 9 stance widths to get the core balance. What you just saw I have on the floor in front of me. I have on a white strip this way and a white strip this way. So if you bear with me here, this is going to take 2.5 minutes. You can watch, and I'm going to go to each stance width to do this. So I'm going to start 1 through 9. We have 9 regions. I roll my shoulders toward my sternum. 2 deep breaths. Lean back, pinch my shoulder blades together. And then I go to the next number 2. Same thing. Shoulders toward the sternum. And number 3. Now, breathing, you can take 6 breaths if you want. That was 4, and now I'm going to go to 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Last one. Now, put the bar back on. I'm leaving the camera running so we have no interruption here. You're able to see real time. And now, no matter what stance width I'm in, you're going to see that my core, that my hips are square. I can go to any stance width and relax, hips stay square. At knee flex, hips stay square. The other thing I didn't show you is, well, let me finish this demonstration here and I'll show you. This will last first few days 6 hours, and by 3-4 days of this exercise 12 hours. This is one of several exercises. We call this the Right Balance Express. You'll notice that when I step back, I step forward, I can do lunges, I can rock, I can ride, I can do a number of things where my body is going to stay very square. And I'm going to eliminate all drag in those activities. You'll notice now when I stand here how my hands hang exactly the same. If you look in a mirror right now when you finish this video, you'll notice that one shoulder's down and generally the same hip is higher. But now my hips are are level, my shoulders are level, my hands will hang the same no matter what stance width I go to. Hands are always going to hang the same. So if you are training or you're in training and you're not creating symmetry through the core, you're creating drag, you are being set up, or you're setting up your clients for a greater potential for injury. So check out our Right Balance. Well, that's your challenge. Another video I've shown you how to make these using a dowel pole and a 3/4 inch dowel pole and a 24-inch flat strap. You can go to your home improvement store, pick those things up, and do your own challenge and see how you're doing. We have Right Balance professionals all over the world now. And if you go to rightbalance.com, click on Find a Professional, and they'll be able to do body measurements. There's an algorithm that will give you your 9 core region stance widths, and depending on your sport or activity, they'll show you where you need to be in the best balance for your sport or activity.